If I'd have didn't been that bad, should have took the warrant out on it. But there wasn't no police report or nothing. So it wasn't true.
I did take a PFI on him, and there was a restraining order on him. And but you reap what you sow, so I'm okay with this son.
Norma Hawkyard says the defendant is her son, and although she loves him, she doesn't love his actions. Norma claims her son has always been rebellious and even threatened her and destroyed her property. Norma is suing for rent and a television. Defendant Adam Hawkyard admits that he acted out as a child, but feels as though some of his punishments were excessive. Adam claims his punishments were abusive because he was hit with a paddle, a belt, and even a curtain rod. Adam denies owing his mother for anything. Start with you.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I wish the circumstances were different. I love my son. I just don't like his actions as of late. We really have had a rocky relationship. Since he's been young, he's been kind of oppositional to whatever you would suggest.
Teenage, adolescence?
He got worse as a teenager, yes. But even as a child, he had some problems.
Like what?
He would not want to do homework, or he would not want to do something like clean up his room. He would deliberately not do it to prove that you couldn't make him do it.
Did you ever get the impression he needed counseling or something?
We did have him in counseling for many years. And,
there it is. You did your best.
Yeah, we did our best, and we don't know what happened. At this point in time, he's become, like I said, defiant. What brought me here is because he's become threatening. He's become violent.
Did psychologists ever tell you anything about oppositional defiance disorder?
That's what they said he had.
Yeah, but did they recommend him to a psychiatrist to be medicated for it?
He was.
And he's medicated for it and it still doesn't work?
Nope.
Well, I mean, medication doesn't always work.
After a certain point in time, he gets old enough you can't do anything about it. He's on his own. The thing is he needs to be on his own now, on his own 2 feet, living out there instead of being at home watching TV, letting somebody else pay the bills. Like I said, he has threatened me. He has put holes in my walls. He has destroyed a TV of mine. That is one of the things I am suing for.
Well, you're a great example of a mother who did her best. You did every single thing just did exactly what she was supposed to do.
I'm posting this on Facebook.
Every single thing correctly, and you continue to. After adulthood, it's tough love. You don't come around me with that nonsense. And if you're not paying or doing what you're supposed to do in my household now, then get out.
That's where we're at.
All right. You're in the right place. All right. Let me hear from you, young man.
Our relationship has never been smooth as sails. Mm-hmm. It's always been rocky. We never agreed on anything.
Oh, well, what did you expect to agree on, like at age 12 or 10? I'm just curious. What would she tell you if you say, well, I don't agree? Go ahead.
Reasonable punishments.
Oh, how would you get on punishment?
I admit I did a few stupid things as kids.
There you go.
But I believed, as I look back at it now, that some of the punishments were a little more excessive than what they should have been.
Okay, but you do admit to getting in trouble every time there was a punishment.
Yes.
All right, let's start there and end there. What else?
Physical punishments, I'd usually get hit with a belt, paddle. At a time when I was about 5 or 6,
Me too.
I was hit with a curtain rod. When I was about 5 or 6, I was hit with a curtain rod.
Mm-hmm. I think I got a crowbar. All right, so what else?
At a point in time, I just got fed up with the abuse that I felt that I was getting, and it was undeserving. I will admit, I was a stupid kid back then. And when I got punished, I deserved that I got punished. But the punishment that happened, I don't think I did deserve.
Good enough. All right. And for that reason, you and your mother haven't been able to get along all these years?
No.
Except when you need to stay with her.
Even then.
Why do you go back with her then if you don't get along?
Out of the streets.
Well, you got to choose the states. More of Judge Mathis when we return.
Fast forwarding.
Suitors. Judge Mathis Show. Call us at 1-866-3-MATHIS.
In the medical blood.
Plaintiff Yard is suing her son, who claims Norma abused him as a child and would hit him with belts and paddles to punish him.
You don't have to do everything I say if you live with me, but you have to go by the rules of my household. And if you don't want to go by the rules of my household, then leave. How old are you?
26, sir.
My son Amir is on his way out. He's not quite 26. All my other children are out, except for my daughter. She's just starting her career as a lawyer, so she's there, and they're about to get condos. But, you know, Amir's, for the most part, 90% of the time, he obeys my rules. But that 10% of the time, the option is, hey, check with you.
Even the bailiff with me.
That's how that goes. Go ahead.
I have a monetary breakdown if you'd like to look at.
Tell me what your agreement was and how he owes for that
He
rent
owes
and television.
$600 a month for rent.
Starting when?
March 1st.
All right. And what
then
months are you suing him for?
March, April, May, and June.
So he never paid a dime.
I got $120 at one point. That was the first check he brought into the house and the only check.
It's not true, Your Honor.
How much did you pay?
I paid in total about $622 for the first 2 months of rent that I was there, plus the additional $120 of groceries that I did buy.
Is that part of the agreement, groceries?
Yes, Your Honor.
What was the agreement on groceries exactly?
Pay my portion. There were 4 of us living in the house. I pay 1/4.
Okay. That had nothing to do with the rent?
I say it had to do with part of the rent, but that was only
What part? Tell me.
my portion of food.
What percentage of the rent, sir? She said the rent was $600. You say the rent was how much?
1/4 of $1,200 was $300.
And how much was it for food?
Monthly food income was about $75 because that's how much I would eat.
Bullshit.
Not
No,
true, Your Honor.
that's the amount out of the 300.
No.
That's what we're talking about. You told me that the food was a portion of the rent. Now, is that correct or not? All right. See, you mixed up. So I'm going to go with what you say. Whatever it was, he ain't pay any of it. All right, ma'am. That's about $2,400 in rent that you're suing for. What about this television? What
I
happened?
have a TV that, he had been sitting in the front room watching it and playing his games on it and everything else. So one day when he left, I got tired of paying all the bills. So I unplugged the extension cord from the wall, unplugged all of his game units, unplugged the TV, took all the cords and everything into my room and hid him so he couldn't play. And when he came home, he got really mad. And so he went out in the garage and got another extension cord and he was going to plug stuff in. I said, no, you're not. He goes, yes, I am. I said, you're not going to watch my TV on my PG&E on my cable. I'm paying all these bills. You're not paying anything. So you're not using it. He goes, you can't stop me. I said, oh, yeah? Got a pair of scissors, cut the cord to my TV. So then he decided that the TV was garbage, and he picks it up and he starts to carry it out. I said, where are you going with my TV? He says, I'm throwing it in the trash. It's all it's worth now. I said, no, I can get a new cord. Oh, no, you can't. It's obsolete. And he went like that, and I said, oh, don't you dare. He just looked at me, and you could see his face turn red. And finally, he just went and threw it down.
Where does he live now?
With his father.
Okay, good enough.
Oh.
Tell me about the television.
Well, she is correct. I did put the TV down, or I dropped it after she told me to drop it.
I did not.
He's finally found the rules now.
Push down on the table.
He's finally following the rules. Yeah.
I do have a picture of the back that is
As long as
broken
you put
off.
him out, and you keep him out.
You darn right.
You come out, it's either with you or the streets. Say, well, you want a blanket? Offer him a blanket for the streets.
I even crocheted him one, Your Honor.
Huh?
I even
You crocheted him a blanket, that's right.
The verdict when we return. And coming up.
Why the fuck do you bring dick face?
Years in prison.
Because that was supposed to be his reason that he didn't have to pay all the money because he was supposed to be paying and he didn't pay a penny.
Norma Hawkyard is suing her son, who claims Norma abused him
My
as a
arm is
child.
getting so tired recording.
Belts and paddles to punish him.
10
What
minutes.
does she want to show me?
Your Honor, I have 2 pictures of the cut cord in the back of the television.
All right,
He says it's
you
broken.
can put them up in a frame. $3,000 is your judgment. Have a good day.
I was afraid they'd see my hairy legs.
Never deal with her anymore. I'm tired of it.
I still love him, and I've always been there when he's needed somebody. Nobody else would take care of him. So I take him in. But what I've decided to do is be, like the judge says, tough love, and he's going to have to live on his own. He hasn't got a place to live, and that's his problem now.
You can't hit the end button.